legalities involved in every startup. I'm going to take it from scratch. Let's assume that the startups have no legal background. Let's assume that they don't really know how they are supposed to proceed, and we'll talk from ground zero. Is that all right?
Yes, ma'am.
So the first thing is, when you decide to launch a startup, when you decide that you're going to form a company, the first thing you have to decide is who all are going to be your partners. So there is a possibility that you decide to go ahead and do your work by yourself, which becomes a sole proprietorship firm. You can also decide to go in for a partnership firm. You can decide to go in for a limited liability partnership. You can incorporate a company with limited liability, or you can go public. So these are the various specifications that you can put your startup under. And how do you decide where you want to be, where you want to place yourself? Now that is dependent on a couple of factors. The first one is, how many partners do you have? The second one is, what kind of product or service that you want to sell is. That's the second thing. And the third thing is, what sort of compliances are you comfortable doing? So in every situation, there are some pros and there are some cons, and I would like to go over them also with you. For example, when you have a partnership firm for your startup, there is a lot of ease and convenience involved, which means to say there's not a lot of paperwork. All you have is a partnership deed. Two friends or three friends can become partners, and they can go ahead and they can launch their startup. The good thing is, it's very easy, it's very quick. The bad thing is, it's unlimited liability, which means that if you get into trouble, if there is any sort of legal repercussions, if you face losses, then there is unlimited liability, which means there is a merging of your professional and your personal space, which becomes a disadvantage later on in life. The next step to this is moving into a limited liability partnership, which is essentially still a partnership, but you specify that you have very limited liability towards it in terms of losses, in terms of money involved, in terms of other legalities. But the compliances are nearly as strict as the ones you'll have to follow if you're making a limited liability company. So a private limited company, that means. So this is the second categorization. And the third one is to immediately make a private limited company, where you'll have to do a lot of paperwork. The incorporation will take slightly longer, but you are going to have the ease of making sure your brands remain with you. You will be able to give options of stock to your employees in the future. You will also be able to go public tomorrow. You will be able to divest more easily. Suppose, you get a venture capitalist and that person wants to buy out a little share in your company. Those steps become easier when you start your startup with a private limited company. Shreya, would you like to interject with any questions?
Yes, ma'am. I have a set of questions. I would first go with the first one. The question is that can you guide us what type of registration process we should be aware of before registering a startup?
Registration process. Okay, all right. So there are a few things which we have to be very careful about. One, we have to make sure that our sales aspect is covered, which is the GST. So there has to be a registration for GST. You're going to get a number. You will have to find out your product or your service falls under which category of GST, because as you're aware, there are slabs involved. So that's the first thing you must take care of. Even before that, you have to take care of the incorporation of your company, what sort of partnership you want to have. Then there comes GST. Another thing is, if you're going to have employees, you will have to make sure the labor compliances are done, and TDS, if it is applicable, that is sorted. So that's the next compliance you'll have to take care of. The next one, again, you'll have to keep a very proper audit and calculation of your net profit, so you can be filing your income tax. Now we can go over all of these in detail, because I have prepared a presentation. I'm not really sure how to show it on the on my computer screen to you, but I can read it out to you in a very fairly easy manner, and it'll become quite comfortable for you to understand. So to incorporate, you'll have to come up with a name first, right? So you come up with how many people are your partners. Once you figure that out, you come up with the name. Once you have your name, you have to make sure that you get that registered. So you get your name registered. Now the name of your company and the name of your brand can either be the same thing, or they can be two entirely different names. So if your brand name is different from the name of your company, you also have to register your brand name. So that's the next step of incorporation. After that, you'll have to document the responsibilities of all your partners, and this is essential because the founding team needs to know exactly what is the role of every single person involved in this team. After that, once you have registered with the various government authorities for compliances, I just told you about TDS, about labor compliances, etc., that's when you go and open a bank account. Now you tell me, where all would you like me to elaborate? And what I'm going to also do, Shreya, is I'm going to share a presentation with you post this. So you can put it out on your Facebook page, and those who require it can download it from there. And everything that I'm saying is put down in a very easy tabular format.
Yes, sure, ma'am. We'll post it on our page.
Yeah.
So, ma'am, the second question that I would like to ask is that, what are the steps? Means, how can we avoid legal disputes in our startup?
So, like I said, the most important thing when you get into a startup are two things. One, you decide the roles and responsibilities of all your partners, decide it in detail, write it down on paper, make sure you're all in agreement with it, make sure you're all on the same page. That's the first most important thing. The second thing is, you must remember to register everything, whether it is the name of your company, whether it is the name of your brand. You might want to start a website immediately. So very quickly buy a website, make sure you get your domain name. These registrations are extremely important. You get into legal complications in a couple of ways. One, you can get into a disagreement with the partner. You might want to split, or you might disagree about something. If that happens, once your roles and responsibilities are clearly listed out, you're going to save yourself a lot of trouble later. The second thing is, there's a lot of infringement of copyright these days. Many companies end up having very similar sounding names with very similar sounding goods. So when that happens, it's most important to remember that you have registered your brand name, you've registered your company, your paperwork is in order. And when you have that paperwork in order, you're going to save yourself from a lot of legal trouble later. Third most important thing which could get you into legal trouble is taxation. So taxation is something which requires professional help. It's not always easy for someone who's involved in a startup to understand how taxation works. Here, I would advise you to make sure you get hold of somebody who's brilliant at tax. So get a CA who understands, make sure you get correct advice, make sure you meet him every alternate month, put all your papers across to him. And taxation is going to fall into lots of brackets. So there's going to be income tax, of course. Then there's going to be GST. There is professional tax in a lot of states. So you'll have to establish whether you're in a state which has professional tax or you're not. So Maharashtra is a state which has professional tax, for example. So if professional tax is applicable on you, you make sure you get that sorted. Then you'll also have to get insurance for your employees. There could be situations where employees could get into trouble, and if they're not insured, the liability is going to fall upon you as the owner of the startup. So you have to make sure that your employees are also under an insurance, and it's your responsibility to keep those insurances sorted. So many times we see a lot of employees get sued because of this. Another thing is, I've already spoken about the TDS. So if you have employees, you're going to have tax deduction at source. TDS needs to be sorted. And another very important issue is your import export code. So if you are in a startup which is in the future also going to trade, going to send things abroad, in today's scenario, it's become a little tougher than it used to be, but an import export code is essential. Another thing that's essential is, if you are getting into a startup which is involved with anything that is edible, खाने पीने की जो चीजें हैं, तो उसमें आपको फूड कोऑपरेशन का आपको एक what should I say, एक compliance लगेगा. And then if you have hired a premise for your office or for your store, you are going to need registration documents for that, or rent agreements for that. so on and so forth. So I have listed out majorly all the issues under which you're going to make sure that you don't get into any kind of legal trouble. That's comfortable enough for everyone?
Yes, ma'am. One of our participants wants you to elaborate on the term professional tax.
Okay, so there are a lot of services, especially that of CAs, of lawyers, and these professionals fall in the purview of professional tax. So, like I'm a lawyer, so if I practice in the state of Maharashtra, my income is going to attract professional tax, and it's, even though it's a very small percentage of my income, but I am supposed to pay this professional tax. It's not in all states. So the simplest way of finding out is to just put your state on Google, write professional tax, and you'll get all the details. So why I mentioned professional tax is that a lot of startups don't know that you could be getting into a service providing situation. If that is the case, you need to make sure your professional tax is covered. Was that clear enough, Shreya?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, actually, like you can share that presentation with
That
us.
yes, that I will, for sure. That I will.
Uh, yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. I wanted to say that you can share that presentation with us over here,
Uh,
so that one of our developer will run it over here on the Zoom app.
Okay, so is it possible that I WhatsApp it to you, Shreya?
Yes, ma'am.
Hang on, I am just sending it to you.
Yeah, sure, ma'am.
My apologies, everyone. I am. You guys can teach me technology while I teach you some law.
No, ma'am. Like I say, everyone, that you are just a perfect example of beauty with brains.
How kind, Shreya. तुमने मेरा दिन बना दिया. Thank you so much. So you've received the PPT that I have compiled, and hopefully very soon it's going to be
Yes,
on our
ma'am.
screen. And
Yes, ma'am. Meanwhile, ma'am, you can answer the third question. I'll be putting it up. The third question is like, can you tell us something about your personal, like something stories related to your personal life, so that we can learn from it?
So, would you like to get stories about my personal life as a lawyer or my personal life otherwise?
Whatever you think can help us.
So, I'm going to tell you both. One thing uh, which is very important for all youngsters to remember today is that you have to be self-sufficient. I know Modi ji is talking about it today, and I know everybody is using the word Atmanirbhar very, very frequently recently. But I learned this word at the age of 17, self-sufficiency. And I'll tell you where it cropped up from. So I was 17. I was a first year student of law. I did the 5-year course. And in my law school, I come from Government Law College, GLC. The culture is that everybody is an intern from the first year itself. And by the time we finish our 5th year of college, we've got a lot of experience under our belt. So I joined my senior, and I landed up at a law firm. And I was told, Charu, आपको आज बैठकर एक caveat बनाना है. I don't know if we have any lawyers on the session with us today or not, but if there are any lawyers, they would know that a caveat is going to sound like कोई alien word है to somebody who's studying English and history in college, and she's been asked to make a caveat. Later on, I came to know a caveat is just one small little paragraph, very small paragraph, small drafting, by which you just tell the court, कोई केस फाइल होगा आप मुझको इन्फॉर्म करना, which means आप एक तरफा केस नहीं सुनेंगे, मुझको बुलाएंगे, and both sides will be present, and then you can hear the case. It's such a simple thing, but I did not know about it. You know how long I took to find out what the caveat means and to draft that one little paragraph? It took me 3 days. 3 full days to write one small paragraph. But what I learned from these full 3 days, what you teach yourself, you'll never forget. So everything that you teach yourself is going to be with you forever. So whichever field of work you want to get into tomorrow, if it is a manufacturing process of something, if it is, if you're, I'll take an example. मैं मास्क का एग्जांपल ले रही हूँ, मैं ये नहीं बोल रही कि कोई मास्क बनाने की स्टार्टअप में जा रहा है. मास्क का मैं एग्जांपल लेती हूँ. सपोज यू डिसाइड द नीड ऑफ द आवर इज टू सेल मास्क, एंड वी डिसाइड वी आर गोइंग टू ओपन अ स्टार्टअप, एंड हम उसमें मास्क बनाएंगे और हम वो मास्क बेचेंगे. Let me tell you, if you don't teach yourself how to make that mask first, you will not be able to correct the work of all the masters who are working under you. You will not be able to do a quality check, and eventually your business is not going to be as successful as it could have been. So be self-reliant. Make sure you understand every tiny aspect of your business, even things that you did not understand before you got into this work. You have to teach yourself. Even if there is a division of labor, maybe 4 people are in one company together, make sure you understand each and every role and responsibility, and that is going to help you a lot in the long run. The second thing I want to tell you is, don't give up. And that's not just my story, it's the story of every person who is successful in the world of startups. Definitely don't give up. And sometimes it takes a lot of time to polish your product, to make it perfect for the market. It also takes sometimes a lot of time to come up with the perfect product, but keep at it. Those who kept at it made it. Look at Apple today. Apple started out of a little garage in the US, and today Apple is everywhere, from our computers to our phones to our watches. So that's the kind of inspiration that you have to take with you. And if you don't believe in yourself, no one else will. And this lesson I've also learned the hard way. If I don't believe in myself, if I don't make sure my skills are up, I'm not taking care of myself, nobody else is going to do that. And my third bit of advice, make sure you teach yourself something new every day. It doesn't have to be a skill always, it doesn't have to be a word always. Maybe you could just be reaching out to a new group of people, maybe you could be talking to some youngsters, but it's extremely important that you teach yourself something every day. As long as you remain a student, you're going to thrive and do very well in life. My apologies. So Shreya, here you allow me to go to a place which is better late.
Yeah, sure, ma'am. You can take your time.
Yeah, no, but I can hear you. You can talk to me.
Okay, so ma'am, meanwhile, our developer will portray the presentation of yours on the screen.
Yes,
So you
and then
can,
we can go over it. Perfect, perfect.
and
You
whenever you
guys know I was a part of the startup ecosystem long back, around 8 or 9 years back, and I got into e-commerce.
wow.
And that was a time when e-commerce was not very common. It was not very prevalent. Even Amazon was not there, and Flipkart only sold books. So there was a lot of scope, and we got into e-commerce with a group of youngsters for normal, everyday, personal care products. So I learned a lot with that experience because I was involved in a startup. We decided that we are going to do the coding ourselves, we are going to do the sourcing ourselves, we worked out the logistics. So the experiences I gained out of that, I would like to talk a bit more about that when we are done with the first couple of questions. In fact, yeah, that's one more bit of advice which is very helpful. If you are getting into a business which requires delivery, logistics are the most important thing, service is the most important thing. Your product is not as important as the service you provide. So उस कोई भी ऐसा प्रोडक्ट आज की दुनिया में नहीं होगा जो आपने यूनिक कहीं से बना दिया. आई एम श्योर एवरीबडी इज इन अग्रीमेंट, राइट? आप एक इन्वेंटर बन के यू कैन नॉट री इन्वेंट द व्हील. बेसिकली what you have to do is repackage the wheel. How do you repackage the wheel? Provide top-notch service, provide excellent logistics. If you say something is going to reach in 2 days, make sure it reaches in 2 days. And when I say top-notch service, there should be no discrepancies in quality. If somebody complains, even if in the beginning you feel you're going to be suffering a loss, believe me, a financial loss is much smaller than a loss of reputation. Because where a startup is concerned, आपको कोई चांस ना एक बार देगा, बार बार नहीं देगा. Shall we put out
Yeah.
no investment? Somebody wants to talk about investments. Yeah, we'll definitely talk about investments.
Yes, ma'am. First, you continue with the presentation. After that, we'll take the questions of the participants.
Okay, so presentation we'll go through very quickly. Compliance is applicable. मैंने ना 3-4 हिस्सों में बांटा है. One, there is sales, then there is payroll, assorted expenditure. Can we go back to the first page, please? Yeah, assorted expenditure, and the last one is taxation. So I broadly divided it into these 4 categories. If you can move on to the next page, please. When I was talking about registration, so I said either you can go at it on your own, sole proprietor, or you register a partnership firm. If you want to register it very properly and in great detail, then a limited liability partnership or a company is your 2 options. A public limited company, not so much in the beginning, but a private limited company, definitely. Can we go on to the next page, please? So deciding factors of how and in what format you want to register your startup, tax benefits, team structure, future plan, potential liabilities, and residential structure. So let me just quickly go over these in detail. Tax benefits means that there are tax slabs for companies, which means private limited companies. So you are going to get benefits if you properly incorporate a company, which is not going to be the case if you make a partnership. सो पार्टनरशिप में आपको शुरू में आराम है, लेकिन बाद में हो सकता है कि जो आप फायदे ले सकते हैं सरकारी स्कीम्स के, वो आपके ऊपर एप्लीकेबल ना हो. तो अगर आप लॉन्ग टर्म सोच के चलें, इट इज a lot of hard work in the beginning, but it's also going to pay off in a better way later. Then the next is team structure. Suppose you're just one person with one idea and you're a one-man team. It's perfectly fine to begin with a sole proprietorship firm. You don't have to register a company. But if you are a team of, for example, 5 people, then I would suggest that you divide your roles and responsibilities, write them down very properly, carefully, and you incorporate a company. Future plan, the same thing applies. Maybe today you have decided that you're going to keep it small, just between 2 people who decide to become partners. But what if tomorrow a third person comes and this third person is adding a lot to your business and you want to give him a piece of the pie? How are you going to plan that? The next one is potential liabilities. So if there is a loss of money, or if there is a criminal case, for example, because financial cases can also become criminal beyond a point. So potential liabilities have to be defined and looked at very carefully. You have to make sure that if you are in a company setup, the liabilities don't cross over into your personal life, which is very easy to happen if you're just in a partnership. So उस हिसाब से company बनाना आसान और बेहतर होता है. And residential status, of course. So suppose your one partner lives abroad and one partner is here, you have to keep that in mind when you decide what sort of firm or company you're going to be incorporating. Can we move on to the next page, please, Shreya? So why to incorporate? I have more or less spoken about this. We'll move on again. Next, this I've already all spoken about. You should have just started with the presentation. Okay. So how to incorporate? First, you must have a brand name and the name of your company. It can be the same name, it can be different names, but whatever names you choose, make sure you register them. Register your brand name, register the name of your company, trademark it, copyright it, do everything. Also copyright your logo. So when you come up with a brand name, when you've made a logo, make sure that also goes in for registration. The next is document your roles and responsibilities of the entire founding team. And then you select the right entity according to what suits your needs today. And then you go back and register with all the government authorities that we were mentioning. Right at the end, you open your bank account. So all the compliances, the government entities you need to register with, You'll have to take care of your income tax, your GST, your professional tax, your provident fund, import export code, employee status, for both insurance and for TDS, and anything to do with the premise that you're occupying while you're in business. So, shall we go over this in detail, the advantages and disadvantages of proprietorship versus a company?
Yes, ma'am, sure.
So when you have a sole proprietorship, which means only one person is there and that one person is going to be running the startup, it's all yours. That's the biggest advantage. It's your baby. You decide how you raise it, you decide how you're going to nurture it, and it's completely yours. You have control over all business operations. It is your credit if the company does well, and it is your fault if for some reason you are going to fail. It's very easy to set up self reliance hai. But disadvantage kya ho jata hai? In a sole proprietorship, you cannot build a separate identity for your company very easily. If you look today at all the top brands, you can see there is a very clear distinction between the owner and the name of the brand. So if you want to make a brand that is big, you must remember the brand has to be bigger than the incorporators. The incorporators will maybe grow up, move on, do other things. Maybe the brand will become so big that you want to pass it on to your children tomorrow. But if you don't make the brand bigger than you are, that's not going to work here. And of course, the compliance applicable are much lesser. It's more or less what an individual has to do in his life if he has a job somewhere. Now we move on to partnership firm. The ease of setting up, same like a proprietorship firm, is also applicable here. 2 or 3 or 4 people, a small number of people can come together and record their partnership agreement on paper and sign it, and it is going to be enforceable by law. But the disadvantage is that if one partner makes a mistake, the other partner is also going to be liable. If you get into financial losses, if you've done any kind of borrowing from a bank, you're unable to pay it, both the partners are going to become liable to pay back that loan again in a personal capacity. So the disadvantage is that there is no limit to your liability. जितना नुकसान होगा उतनी आपकी liability होगी और आपको वो निभानी पड़ेगी. The compliances that are applicable are the same as that for an individual, except for a partnership firm. आप एक separate income tax भर सकते हैं. Partnership firm का एक अलग आपको PAN number मिल जाएगा, and only the income tax separates, and you can deal with that separately. Everything else is the same as that of an individual. Then the third category is the limited liability partnership, the LLP. और अगर आप मेरा personal opinion पूछोगे ना, I think the LLP is the best form of getting into a startup, at least in the beginning, and maybe later you can change it, because the advantage of an LLP is that you can actually convert it into a private limited company if you want to. So the advantage is it's more comfortable. It is like a partnership, and you can also upgrade it into a private limited company. And when you are dealing with compliances, of course, they are nearly as many as you would have to do if you had a company. But the good thing is, you still stay in the structure of a partnership, but with limitations. So इसीलिए इसको limited liability partnership बोलते हैं. Simple है, partnership की जैसा चलता है, लेकिन liability हमारी limited हो जाती है. इसमें पता है एक और बात है, if I can explain it to you. Suppose there are 2 partners. एक partner बोलता है 80% पैसा मैं डालूंगा पर काम 20% करूंगा. And the other partner says that I'm going to do 80% of the work and put in 20% of the money. You know, some sort of understanding you come to. If it is a limited liability partnership and it suffers losses, तो अगर आपने वो 20% की जिम्मेदारी ली है, तो वो 20% की ही जिम्मेदारी आपके ऊपर आएगी. It's not going to be unlimited. It is not going to be beyond the amount that you have put into your partnership, and that is a huge advantage. And lastly is a private limited company. When you go all guns blazing, of course, it takes time. but it becomes a separate legal entity. एक कंपनी का अपना खुद का नाम होता है, अपनी खुद की लाइफ होती है, अपना खुद का पूरा लिस्ट ऑफ कंप्लायंसेस होता है. So you need to make a memorandum of association, you have to make articles of association. उसके बाद आप ओनरशिप बहुत सारे शेयर्स में बांट सकते हो. ये शेयर्स आप आगे चल के अपने एम्प्लॉयज को ऑफर कर सकते हो. ये शेयर्स आप आगे चल के पब्लिक भी कर सकते हो. पर इसमें डिसएडवांटेज क्या है? There is going to be a lot of auditing that you will have to take care of. So the paperwork is going to become very big. A private limited company is also like a shadi. So, once you get into this, breaking it is very difficult. It takes a lot of time to wind it up. And the third disadvantage is that there is going to always be a double taxation on net profit. But, I'll tell you one huge advantage. Right now for startups, our government is doing so much. Collateral free loans available hai, aapko low interest rate pe loans available hai. There are so many other things that can come to your advantage. So actually in the long run, forming a private limited company is more beneficial, even though your hard work in the beginning is more. So this is a separate list of the compliances that are applicable. अलग से income tax file होगा, TDS compliance करना होगा, GST compliance करना होगा, payroll compliance करना होगा, accounts की books आपको बनानी पड़ेगी और secretarial compliance करना होगा. And it can of course be converted into, LLP can be converted into a company. So the major things we've already been over. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am, for such a lovely presentation. I must say that you are a woman filled with this good vibes and inspiration.
Thank you, Shreya. Your kindness personified.
So,
someone is written that can I launch my first product and then I register my startup? And what products, when product starts in a good way? Kai Walker is saying this. No, I would advise against it, and I'll tell you why. The minute your product is launched and it starts doing well, आप तो स्टार्टअप है, आपकी लिमिटेड कैपेसिटी होगी, प्रोडक्शन की भी लिमिटेड कैपेसिटी होगी, सप्लाई की भी लिमिटेड कैपेसिटी होगी, एंड यू कैन नॉट पुट इन अ लॉट ऑफ मनी फॉर एडवर्टाइजिंग. व्हाट इज की इज देयर कुड बी समबडी who likes your product very much, who can very quickly pick it up. He could already have an established manufacturing system where he can copy it immediately, and he'll be able to market it better because he can pump in more money than a startup. So no, please make sure that you're not in a hurry to launch. Before you launch, keep your paperwork in order. सबसे जरूरी ये है, आप रजिस्ट्रेशन की एप्लीकेशन डाल दीजिए, आप ट्रेडमार्क के लिए एप्लीकेशन डाल दीजिए, so that आगे चल के झगड़े ना हो. This happens too often. आप ये देखोगे कि आजकल, अच्छा, another thing is that especially if you're dealing with something unique, तो जहां पर पेटेंट्स की बात आ जाती है, इन चीजों में भी बहुत झगड़े होते हैं. So please wait to finish your paperwork and launch when you're 100% prepared. एक लॉन्च का चांस एक बिजनेसमैन को बार बार नहीं मिलता. आपको जो वो एक लॉन्च का मौका मिलेगा, make sure you shoot right to the top and you have everything in order. Shreya, are there any more questions that we need to address?
Yes, ma'am. Participants, if you have any more questions, then kindly just ask the ma'am in the chat box below.
So G has written a question which says that if I accepted online payment on my website, is it taxable or exempt as rule of below 2 lakhs? So it is of course taxable because you have received that money in an official manner on your website. So it's of course taxable. But the government is working to make sure that the tax slab that startups come under is extremely low, so that we give a lot of help to the startup culture in India. So things are going to keep improving as we move ahead. And being a startup allows you to get a lot of help from other support groups. And in fact, in the beginning, if you can attach yourself to an Atal Tinkering Lab, I'm sure you guys have heard about it, you'll get a lot of logistical support, lot of legal support, support with taxation, and it will be much easier for you to launch. Skywalker also wants to know, if I'm providing something new, then can it be a patent or trademark in terms of app? I didn't understand what is in terms of app, please. Of course, if it is something very new, you can patent it, you can trademark to must hai, and you will also come to know that you also cannot infringe on another person's trademark. So when you put in something for trademarking, आपको भी ये पता चल जाएगा कि आप और किसी के rights पर infringe तो नहीं कर रहे. App making. Oh, okay. I understood. So you're talking about making applications, online applications. Yes, you must definitely patent it if it is unique, but patent is for inventions. It doesn't really apply for app. There, the trademark is more applicable. Shreya?
Yes, ma'am, there is another question. This is Dikshita asking, ma'am, would it be good if we go through GST to understand what products or services are taxable?
So, Dikshita, I would advise you to do this in the opposite way. First, identify the goods or the service that you want to be involved with. आप पहले अपना product identify करो. वो क्या goods है, क्या वो service है. And once you've identified your product, then you check in the GST list वो कौन से tax slab में आता है. And you take it ahead. आप पूरा GST list पढ़ेंगे and then you launch your business doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
Yes, ma'am, there is another question. This is Rohit Raj asking how to know which kind of product and services markets need.
Rohit, you know, that is the $1 million question, $1 billion question. It is the question which can make your business or leave you like so many other businesses without having a huge USP. Market को हर चीज की जरूरत होती है. मतलब इस हद की हर चीज की जरूरत होती है कि अगर मेरे हाथ में पेन है ना, तो ये पेन बनाने की भी कंपनीज रोज बनती हैं और कोई कंपनी जाके रेनॉल्ड्स बन जाती है. So from everything to the fan over our heads, to the computers we are using, to the pens we are using, everything has a market. There are so to be successful दो चीजें होती हैं. या तो आपके पास कोई बहुत ही यूनिक आइडिया है जो किसी के पास नहीं है, बहुत ही यूनिक प्रोडक्ट है जो किसी के पास नहीं है. If you have that, great, but then you're going to be very rare. Usually what people have is an idea which has been done before, which has been used before, but they present it in a new way, but they package it in a new way. So like I said, the devil is in the detail. आप अपनी सर्विस कितनी टॉप नॉच रख सकते हैं, आप अपना लॉजिस्टिक्स कितना अच्छा रख सकते हैं, आप अपनी पैकेजिंग कितनी अच्छी कर सकते हैं. इन टुडेज टाइम्स दो चीजें बहुत काम आती हैं. एक तो सस्टेनेबिलिटी एंगल बहुत काम आता है और यूटिलिटी. So suddenly there's a huge market for hand sanitizers. I'm using it like an example. COVID-19 का समय है, आप मुझसे आके पूछते जनवरी में, चारू आपको hand sanitizer चाहिए, I would have said no. But today if you come to me and you say you need a hand sanitizer, yes, it is a requirement of these times. So what sort of a product will do well? Again, I'm going to use this like an example. So you know these alcohol based hand sanitizers use करके हाथ छिल जाते हैं. Maybe somebody decides कि मैं hand sanitizer के अंदर moisturizer या glycerine mix करके बेच देता हूँ कि hands हमारे थोड़े comfortable रहे. So if you come up with something like that, you've got the nerve of the market. वो pulse पकड़ना पड़ता है market का, और वो दो ही चीजों से पकड़ा जाता है, unique invention करो या उसकी unique packaging करो.
Thank you, ma'am, for this lovely answer. Now, another question is, this is from Sarah Sarvin. There is any process for registration for social service?
Hi Sarah, thanks for your question. No, there is no procedure for registering a social service, because if you're doing a social service, it's not a business really, but a lot of NGOs do social service, or you can have a not-for-profit company. So of course that requires to be registered. So if you want to make a company which is not-for-profit, which is for providing relief or social service to a section of society, is dealt with in an entirely different manner. But if you register a trust or an NGO, uska registration process is entirely different from that of a company. तो पहले again the question comes कि आपको क्या करना है वो identify करना ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है. But what I can offer is this, Sarah. If you know what you want to do and any of you want to come back to me for help, I'm going to type out my email address in the chat box, and you can write to me and I will do my best to help you with whatever I can. So many times it also happens that you might need help of a lawyer who can help you quickly register it. I'm going to try and find people who will do it pro bono for you. तो ये मैंने ना आपको अपना ईमेल एड्रेस लिख के भेज दिया है. But an NGO cannot be compared to a startup, Sarah. There you go.
Thank you, ma'am, for it. So we'll move to the next question. It is asked by Akash. Is there any advice you would give to a person who owns a podcast studio?
तो मुझे बुला लो पहले तो अपने स्टूडियो में. पॉडकास्ट मुझे बड़े अच्छे लगते हैं. But on a serious note, Akash, podcast studio में what are you running your own podcast? Are you putting together a podcast for someone else? Now these are questions that you need to answer, and I'll be able to frame my answer accordingly. So podcast studio में your content is the king. You have to make sure your content is the king, and the delivery of your content has to be brilliant. वो I'll use a very simple example. अगर एक इंसान एक जोक सुनाता है, उसका सुनाने का अंदाज इतना अच्छा होता है कि सबको हंसी आती है, और सेम जोक अगर चारू सुनाएगी वो किसी को हंसी नहीं आएगी. So that's the trick with podcast. You have to make sure your content is excellent and it is delivered in an excellent manner. Practice makes perfect. अगर आप लाइव नहीं जा रहे हो तो भी आप खुद से बात करते रहो, अपने फोन में वॉइस रिकॉर्डर ऑन करके अपनी बातें रिकॉर्ड करते रहो. Put it together. Hear it when you're free. Keep improving yourself. If you are calling a guest, try to learn as much about your guest as you can in advance, so that there is a comfortable rapport. Podcast जब शुरू होता है, that is visible to everybody. वो rapport ना, जो वो chemistry जिसको बोलते हैं, that's very very important. And the last thing is keep it fun. Extremely important, because even if you are talking about serious things, if you become very boring, log beech mein wo band kar denge. And of course technical glitches cause a lot of problems. So before you go live, make sure you've checked and checked one more time to make sure there is no technical glitch. जैसे आज मेरे साथ हो गया था. मैं वहां बैठी हूँ, अंधेरे में बैठी हूँ, halfway through our lecture I can't even see myself. So these sort of glitches for a professional podcast should not happen. And if you can add music, if you can learn new tricks of technology, you will make your podcast better than everyone else's.
Thank you, ma'am. There's a question that I would like to ask. Like, we got to know that recently you have started an initiative. Can you please tell us something about that?
The Positive Project. Is that the initiative we are talking about?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So what happened was that when the lockdown started, the first few days I was feeling very anxious. And I don't know why I was so anxious. I was feeling very lonely, even though I live in a household with 7 other people. And something did not feel very right. And it's because obviously our regular way of working, our regular way of living had come to a standstill. And we were trying to adapt to a new life. So I thought, if I'm feeling like this, even though I've got a lot of work, I'm involved in relief work, I'm living with family, it's not like I'm stuck in some other city, I'm very far away from home. If I'm feeling like this, imagine what others who are facing serious problems must be going through. Also, when times are difficult, we really need to keep our brains constructively occupied, and that is what separates a winner from everybody else. So I decided I'm going to put together a group of people, launch an initiative which brings us happiness, which brings us positivity, which teaches us something. And so the Positive Project was born. I've got a team of wonderful interns who've been helping me. I've got friends who've become partners who've been helping me. And we are a small group of 7 people who are working to make sure the positive project keeps doing something positive every single day. तो हम कभी फोटोग्राफी की वर्कशॉप कर लेते हैं, हम कभी कुछ खाना बनाना सीख लेते हैं, कभी कभी we get senior ministers to come and speak to us, and it's doing well. And there is a time right now for all of us to be involved in something which has a social connect. In fact, my advice to everybody who wants to launch their own startup is also this: never lose your social connect. Make sure you stay connected to people, connected to society, and give back. The more you give, the more you'll get.
Very true, ma'am. So, ma'am, so the participants, do you have any more questions to ask? So, meanwhile, they type in, ma'am. Would you like to say something like in this session in particular?
So, Shreya, actually, I'm unaware of the age and professional backgrounds of most of our participants, but I'm assuming they are young students who are either studying or fresh out of college. And there are a few things I want to tell you. One thing I've said right in the beginning: don't give up. जो मेहनत करता रहता है, जो हार नहीं मानता, वो जिंदगी में बहुत आगे पहुंचता है. आप किसी भी सक्सेसफुल इंसान को उठा के देखो, उसकी आदतें स्टडी करो, एक चीज आपको जरूर मिलेगी: they don't give up. Another very important thing is you have to stay connected to your roots, you have to stay humble, and you have to not forget where you started from. And that helps you a lot later in life. The more grounded you are, the better you become at reading the pulse of people around you, the better you'll become at businesses. What is a business? Finally, any business is people management. If you manage people better, योर बिजनेस इज सक्सेसफुल. क्योंकि एक टीम काम करके देती है ना, एक अकेला इंसान क्या कर पाएगा. सो इफ यू कैन कीप योर टीम मोटिवेटेड, इफ यू कैन कीप योर टीम टुगेदर, इफ यू कैन बी फेयर टू देम, इफ यू कैन बी अ फ्रेंड टू देम, you are going to make the best possible outcome possible for your business. I think some chat box questions have come again.
Yes, ma'am. Shall I read them out?
Yes, please.
Yeah, ma'am.
For minorities, it's small, it's
So,
any profit.
so there's a question. What are your thoughts about startups for minorities? Like, as their market is small, it's hard to expect any profit.
So what do you mean for minorities? Do you mean religious minorities, or do you mean minorities in terms of a niche service?
Maybe, I guess he's trying to say, the participant, please clarify your
Yeah, please
question.
clarify. Person with
He means,
disabilities, or
yeah.
work groups, or professions. Yeah, in fact, my thought about this is that the more niche your service is, it could take longer for you to reach a place of comfort in your business. It could take longer for you to establish yourself. Lekin if you're doing well, once established, you're going to be doing wonderfully. So if you are talking of a goods or a service which is, for example, आपने खुद ने ही लिखा है person with disabilities, you are going to become a leader in that world, in that small group of people. And if your service is good, you're going to go sky high more or less immediately. So my opinion is कि आप जो भी करो conviction के साथ करो. My opinion is that if you can identify a niche, it is very good. Generalization का वैसे भी अब जमाना नहीं है. You cannot start a business and say I am going to sell everything under the sun, A to Z मैं सब काम करता हूँ. No. Identify your expertise, identify your core field, identify 1, 2 or 3 products and launch your business with just that. क्योंकि अगर आप देखो ना, you pick up a company, for example, okay, जैसे let's take Reliance, for example. Reliance might be involved with 100 different businesses today, but 90% of its income comes from its one core original business. वन कोर ओरिजिनल बिजनेस, एंड 10% वो बाकी चीजों में बढ़ जाता है. सो सबकी एक एक्सपर्टीज होनी चाहिए, सबका एक कोर प्रोडक्ट होना चाहिए, एंड आप उस पर जितना फोकस करेंगे, आप उसी नाम से जाने जाएंगे एंड आप उतनी जल्दी पॉपुलर हो जाएंगे.
Thank you, ma'am. So now the next question. It's from Sarah again. It says where we need to register for non-profit organization, what we need to require it legally.
So non-profit NGO, like an NGO, is registered in an entirely different way, Sarah. And I can help you put together some ideas for it, and I can send it to you. But it's not the process which is required for starting a partnership firm or a limited liability company. It's a different world. So when you deal with trusts and NGOs and non-profit entities, it's entirely different.
Okay, ma'am. So the next question is, it's from G saying, selling second-hand books, is it taxable? Does books lie under GST? I am accepting payments online, then deliver.
Okay, so I'll have to check if books lie under GST, because I think books are essential, but there is a possibility that they could. So please check that, because GST की list बहुत लंबी है, तो किसी को भी वो एकदम रटी हुई नहीं होती है. तो आप अपने product के लिए वो list आप properly check करिए. And if you're accepting payments online and then delivering, if it is a business, it is going to attract some sort of taxation for sure. So first check your GST slab. And I would still recommend, even if it is a small business run from your house, register it. There is one question I can see from Matri School again. Do investors invest for social cause without expecting any profits? No. I'm sorry. Nobody invests without expecting any profits. आप उसको इन्वेस्टमेंट तो मान ही नहीं सकते हो. डोनेशन हो सकता है, पर वो डोनेशन भी आपको देंगे, दैट फॉल्स इनटू अ कंप्लीटली डिफरेंट परव्यू. हर कंपनी यूजुअली सीएसआर करती है. सीएसआर के लिए भी उन्होंने अपने एरियाज ऑफ वर्क डिफाइन कर रखे होते हैं. सो यू हैव टू फिट इनटू देयर पर्सपेक्टिव टू अट्रैक्ट देयर सीएसआर फंड्स आल्सो. बट देयर आर नो फ्री लंचेस इन दिस वर्ल्ड. Remember that. So you have to always usually promise something back. I'm not saying donations नहीं आते, बहुत बार आ भी जाते हैं, लेकिन don't rely on it.
Yes, ma'am. This another question is from Akash saying, is there any different legal process for a person who owns podcast studio?
So, Akash, now there are various ways of interpreting your question. Is that a podcast studio which you are using for yourself, for your personal podcast, or for inviting personal guests and doing a podcast together? Or do you have a studio which you are leasing out to other people to use? So, the implications with all these answers are going to keep changing. So, if it is your personal studio, you're doing your own podcast, you're not charging people to hear into your podcast, then there is no different legal process, of course, because you're doing your own thing, which is fine. Everybody can have a channel on YouTube now. You can have it for free. You can have a channel on Spotify. There are going to be many more such avenues where you can project your work tomorrow. But there will come a time, if you get into transactions of money, then you'll have to make sure you look into legalities.
Thank you, ma'am. Is there any more questions to be asked? Okay. Ma'am, I must say that your words are very motivating. Like, as I'm a JE aspirant, so I feel that in future, whenever I'll feel low, I'll get back onto this recording and will revert back your words to get myself motivated.
Shreya, you're wonderful. You've been a wonderful moderator today, and you've been, like I said already, kindness personified to me. And I hope you do extremely well in life. I would like to offer my best wishes to all the participants today. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for listening to me for so long. And if I can ever help you out, any of you in any way, reach out to me. I've given you my email address already. And all the best. Shine bright, everyone.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, there's another question. It's from G again. He says, what if I work online but accept payment offline? Like at delivery, so does now it taxable or lie under the rule of tax exemption below 20 lakhs?
Sorry, could you repeat that question? So he wants to work online, offline, and
No,
accept
he
payment
said
online.
that he wants to work online, but he works online, but he accepts payments offline. Like at delivery time, he accepts the payments offline. So is it taxable? Like any tax exception below 20 lakhs or something?
So if your income goes above a certain amount, it is of course going to be taxable, because you'll have to see individual tax brackets में आप कहाँ पर आते हो, आप कितना कमा रहे हो, आपने कंपनी बनाई है तो वो किस टैक्स ब्रैकेट में आती है, वो कितना कमा रही है. A lot of businesses do this. They have some amount of money and income which they declare, and some amount which they might not declare. I would like to tell you, ये जो shortcuts होते हैं ना, ये जिंदगी में बहुत आगे नहीं लेकर जाते. Try and be fair. Try and be fair to the system. Try and be fair to your country. Make sure where you owe taxes to the government, you pay them, because when the time comes for you to gain benefits from your government, you will be in a position to say, I was fair. This is what I need. This is what I deserve. So please don't look for shortcuts. If you want to establish a brand, if you want to establish a company, don't look for shortcuts, whether it is in terms of establishing quality, establishing service, making sure you take back goods which are not up to the mark, or declaring your income. Don't use shortcuts.
Yes, very true, ma'am. Another question says that how to make business out of YouTube channel.
यार ये जिसको समझ में आए ना मुझे भी सिखा देना. But jokes apart, YouTube has a system when you have more than, I think there is a number of subscribers. Is it 1 million or it's lesser than that? There is a number. And once you cross the number of subscribers, if you open a YouTube channel and people keep subscribing to your videos, they keep watching your videos, सबसे पहले YouTube only starts paying you. After that, there could be advertising which you could be incorporating. In fact, getting paid as an influencer online has become a very established way of earning now. So you could be an influencer on Instagram who has partnered with the product, and if you showcase that product on your page, you're going to get paid X amount of money. The same with YouTube. There is of course advertising income which will come to you, and YouTube will pay you. So if your content is great, if the number of people who want to listen to you keep increasing, everybody will reach out to you and tell you, आप हमारे platform पर रहिए, and we'll make sure income is generated, because you're helping them generate income.
Yes, thank you, ma'am. Are there any more questions? Okay, so I guess the questions are over. So thank you, ma'am. Like, I wanted to say one thing. Like this morning, I read one of your tweets about Anivarya mission, about
Yes.
about Anivarya mission. Yes, and like it was very, matlab, what to say, like it was very remarkable. This initiative, I guess,
Thank you
because
so much.
there's a
Shreya, I would like to invite you to be a part of it. Invite all the other participants to be a part of it. Mission Anivarya has just been launched in Delhi, and we have decided we are going to distribute 6 lakh sanitary napkins to women who can't afford to buy them themselves. So this is going to be a huge project. We have partnered with Delhi Police so that we can reach people जहाँ पर हम खुद नहीं जा पाएंगे, and it's for a good cause. To be involved with this, you're going to get the blessings of a lot of people. So I welcome you to join it.
Yes, ma'am. It will be a pleasure for me to join your initiative. Like, how can I do that? Can you just elaborate a bit?
So there are many ways in which you can get associated. You can help us in distribution. So you can help us in taking the sanitary napkins and making sure they're distributed and given to the correct people. They reach the hands that need them. You could also donate some sanitary napkins. And then if there are any events in between, you could help us with planning. We're always looking for bright young people to help. And you have my number, so you can reach out.
Okay, yes. Thank you, ma'am. So as the questions are over, and it was a lovely session, such an interactive session with you, ma'am. I would like to thank you, ma'am, on behalf of the Maitri School for having invested your precious time in clearing our queries. like being an young girl in this Indian society, I aspire to become an independent, courageous, and responsible citizen like you, ma'am. Like a very big thanks to you.
You will definitely be. In fact, this generation is going to be better. So my best wishes always, lots of love to everyone, lots of blessings to everyone at the risk of sounding like an amma. But take care, guys. Stay safe and utilize this time to increase your knowledge. Read up as much as you can. Google things you don't understand. Make sure you soak up all knowledge from everywhere. And when lockdown ends, you'll be ready to catapult yourself into a better space, a better world professionally. Thank you. Bye bye. Signing off. Namaste.
Yes, thanks, ma'am. Bye.